and all of their functionality has been bottled into this, the Glyph Matrix. 489 individual LEDs, or I guess, in other words, basically a tiny second screen, which we kind of predicted. It was becoming pretty clear with the past few Nothing phones that we were approaching the limit of how much information you can actually convey with just light strips. Like, yes, they could light up if you had a pending notification. Yes, you could specify which contacts are important enough that they will cause your glyph to come on, and even with what pattern. So you could be at dinner, for example, with your phone face down, but still know who has tried to contact you. But then these lights, they could never give you anything about the context of that notification. So you'd never really know enough to be able to decide if it was actually important or not, without then flipping the phone over into attack position, but then that defeats the entire purpose. So, is the Glyph Matrix better? Mixed opinions. So, my very first thought was, I don't really like it. The Glyph lights were, while clearly flawed, still iconic and extremely cool. Whereas this is just a screen. We've seen plenty of phones already with screens on the back, and those screens have already been bigger, higher resolution, and in color. But then I started interacting with it, and my opinion improved a little. One thing that you can rely on Nothing doing is putting the work in software-wise. And so, while as a piece of hardware, this Matrix is extremely underwhelming in 2025, what you're getting here is Nothing's software curation. So at any one time, the Matrix can display one widget, or Glyph toy, as they're calling them. You tap this hidden capacitive Glyph button down here to cycle between your Glyph toys. It reminds me a little of Apple Force Touch. It doesn't activate just by resting your finger on it. You actually have to apply a little bit of pressure till you feel a vibration. And then you hold that button to interact with whichever Glyph toy is selected. So as I was messing around with this, I was like, oh, cool. There's a clock now. That's something that the previous Nothing phones couldn't do. And as an extension of that, a stopwatch, which is probably just about faster to use than opening up the clock app on your phone to justify existing. They're opening this Matrix up to the community. So already that community has made a leveler tool, and I am sure down the line there'll be a bunch of even more unique little applets that they've cooked up. But now I've thought about it even more, and I have gone full circle. I'm back to where I started. I am not a big fan of the Glyph Matrix. I think it's less cool and less different compared to the lights, and so far at least, it doesn't really fix the limitations that they had either.